Tony Tone Show on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. He is one half, the taller half, of Penn and Teller, doing magic and TV shows for a long time now. He's got a brand new book, Presto, How I Made 100 Pounds Disappear and Other Magical Tales. Ladies and gentlemen, on the MPW Digital TV Celebrity Hotline, join me in welcoming Penn Jillette. How's it going, buddy?
I've never been better, boss. How you doing?
I am fantastic. Congratulations, first of all, on the book and the fact that you were able to make 100 pounds disappear. Penn, I'm jealous because I'm 6'5", like 300 and something pounds. So first question I have is, how can I make 100 pounds disappear? Help me.
Well, first of all, you got to realize that, a billion years of evolution, all organisms needed was more calories. And then for about 100 years, one small percentage of one species had the problem of too many calories. So there's a lot of kind of redesigning and tricks you have to use to change your habits and change your body. And every diet I tried to do before, because I'm 6'7", I was about 340 pounds. Mm-hmm. Now I'm about 230. Every diet I tried to do before always tried to make it easy. Do the same stuff. Eat a smaller piece of pie. Eat a little smaller portion of this. And that is complete jive. Nobody can do that. Portion control is complete BS. What you've got to do is change your relationship with food. And I lost 0.9 pounds a day. 0.9 pounds a day, almost a pound a day.
Wow.
For 4 months, took all the weight off. It's a year later, and I feel great. The only regret I have is I didn't do it sooner. What I was really surprised about was, first of all, once you get there and you've hit your target weight, how wicked easy it is. But you've got to do a big, major change. You got fat over a very long period of time, but getting thin, you got to get thin fast and then just stay there for a long time. And this NASA scientist, Ray Cronise, a buddy of mine, mm-hmm. he's been putting people through this program, and I was one of the test subjects. And so I wrote this book because so many people asked me what I did. This is really the first-hand account, day by day, what I did with a bunch of jokes in there.
Penn, are you surprised? Because it seems like, and I read a couple pages of the book online, and it seems like this is going to help so many people because I don't know if it's your style of writing or what, but I found that I did catch the humor, but it was also very informative without being overwhelming. Does that make sense?
Well, thank you. I try to be as honest as I can, mm-hmm. and some people are a little bit startled by how confessional it is about the way I was with food and so on and habits. But a lot of people. I mean, just the book's only been out a few days, but I talked about it a lot on my podcast, Penn Sunday School, for the past year. And I think just in terms of my friends, we've already lost 2 tons.
Wow.
People in my circle. So the ideas work really well for a lot of people. And man, it'd be really nice to see more people being healthier and also happier. I mean, I considered myself, when I was wicked fat, to be a really, really happy person, but I had no idea how much happier I could be. It's really fun and wonderful.
Has it been nice, Penn, being able to, I mean, obviously you probably had to purchase a whole new wardrobe of clothing, losing 100 pounds, but also, do you find that you have more energy and that you're not sluggish or whatever?
Well, the clothes are funny because although Penn and Teller pretend to each wear a gray suit for the whole show, that's not true. We do 8 costume changes each, and all our suit jackets and vests and everything are rigged like crazy. They have hidden pockets and mm-hmm. strings and threads, and there's all sorts of wires and designs in the suits. So all of those had to be changed. It was thousands of dollars to tailor all the suits. Plus, on the side of the reel, the Penn and Teller Theater, I'm 300 feet tall, paint on the side of the building. That had to be changed. There's all this stuff done. But it was so worth it because I used to, I like to work hard. I like to push, but I did not realize how much I was pushing through sluggishness. Now I can jump up out of bed in the morning and I have all the energy in the world. It's a wonderful feeling. And I'm 61 years old, and I feel better than I could ever remember feeling. I must have felt better at 18, but who remembers 18?
I trust me. I'm forgetting 18 day by day. So throughout this process, Penn, have you? Now, I'm familiar with this NASA and the potato diet or whatever, but have you had to say goodbye to perhaps one of your guilty pleasures when it came down to eating a certain type of food or dessert, or are you just limiting those things?
Well, nobody gets fat on one meal, and nobody gets healthy on one meal. It's what you do chronically. So every couple of weeks, maybe twice a month, my son will say, "Hey, Dad, why don't you eat like a man?" And we'll grab a pizza. Or, my daughter will want a hot fudge sundae. I do all of that stuff. The surprising thing about that is, although it doesn't affect my weight, it doesn't hurt my blood pressure, it doesn't do anything bad, the wacky thing is, it's just not what I enjoy anymore. When I really crave food, I crave, fresh fruit, and I crave vegetables, and all of your eating is habit. And I've been habituated to different foods now.
I wonder, Penn, if these healthy changes that you've made in losing the weight, I mean, obviously, Teller appears to have been in always relatively good health. Has he adopted any of the changes? Has he been inspired by you?
No, not really. He didn't have a problem with that, but he's very happy that I did it because he really does believe his business partner may be around a few years longer than he thought before.
And isn't that important? I mean, obviously, you guys have been together and had so much success. I love the the podcast that you have, and then the TV shows. There's really no signs of slowing down the Penn Jillette machine, is there?
No, I intend to die in office. But one thing that did change my mind is I'm a rather old dad. My daughter was born when I was 50, so she's 11 now, and I just thinking about my children. Statistically, I have a much better chance of being with them a few more years, and isn't that more important than chocolate cake?
Right. Gosh, that is painfully true, isn't it? So give me some advice, Penn. I have a 4-year-old son and an almost 2-year-old son. What can I expect over the next few years?
It'll just keep getting better and better and better. When you're a part of that, the one thing you have in common with every other living thing is that every one of your ancestors reproduced, and you are so hardwired. The genetics are so there for all the love and all the wonder. If you think 4 and 2 are great, wait till you hit 10. Wait till there's complicated ideas they're talking about, and they bring you music you haven't heard. Wait till you hear your children singing pop songs that you'd never listened to. It pulls you into the culture. It does all sorts of wonderful things. And I've been told by friends of mine that the best thing is when they hit teenagers and you can talk to them about politics. So that'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to that.
I love it. The book is called Presto, How I Made Over 100 Pounds Disappear and Other Magical Tales by Penn Jillette. I want to pay you a compliment, Penn. About 11 years ago in 2005, the summer, I was interning at a radio station in Chicago, and they were trying to figure out what to do after Stern went to satellite, and you were one of those people that started doing a radio show, and I thought it was great. And I just want to say that I appreciate the amount of effort that you've always put into either radio or your podcasts, and I know that you're probably a believer in both mediums, aren't you?
I do. I love that. I love people communicating with other people, and just listening to someone talk is one of my favorite things to do. I just really enjoy it. It's the way we communicate. That's what makes us human beings.
Well, I tell you what, Penn Jillette, I really appreciate the time, continued success, and thanks for sharing what it took for you to lose 100 pounds. I could stand to lose 100 pounds, and I'm going to get through the rest of the book, and maybe I'll be reaching out to you in a year saying, hey, I lost half myself. That would be pretty cool.
Next time I talk to you, man.
All right.
Be well, Tony.
Penn, take care, buddy. Bye.